So, are you looking for the best wetsuit that has ever been invented in the world of wetsuits? Well, stick around because we are unboxing what I think is essentially my favorite wetsuit, the best wetsuit, a wetsuit you don't mind wearing, a wetsuit that when you have it on, you have your battle armor, you're ready to go, and there's no games because it's shred time when you have on this wetsuit. So without further ado, let's get going because I truly think this wetsuit has surpassed so many expectations that when you wear, it's the best wetsuit. No other wetsuit is like this wetsuit. Because when you wear this wetsuit, you try to wear other wetsuits, and some of you have probably already guessed what it is, but this one in particular is like the GOAT of all of this style of wetsuit. I'm going to build the suspense here for a second. I think it's important. Because I've worn multiple brands, I've worn multiple thicknesses, multiple styles, etc. And what this wetsuit does is it takes the best of everything, and what it creates is a wetsuit that I actually like more than wearing board shorts. I know that's crazy, I know that's blasphemy, but I would rather wear this than board shorts. Today I went surfing. The water is around 72, it's very warm. Most people were wearing board shorts, but I decided to wear this wetsuit because it is that good, and I actually enjoy it more than board shorts. So without further ado, let's get this thing open without hopefully cutting it open. And we got to shout out Clean Line Surf. So, you know, Clean Line Surf, it is a surf shop. They have 2 locations. They're in the Northwest. So, you know, I do feel like it's somewhat shopping local, even though it's not local. You're still supporting the surf community. Now, it's always better to go to your local shop and do that as well. But they do have really good deals. They usually have stuff in stock other places don't. So when in doubt, Clean Line Surf does have you covered. And what's cool too is I am an affiliate partner with Clean Line Surf. So any of the links you see with all my surf related stuff, it goes to Clean Line, and I'm a partner with Clean Line. So shout out Clean Line. I appreciate you guys. And if you use my link below, it helps me out. It helps out Clean Line. And thank you everyone for the support. So without further ado, like I already said, let's get this bad boy open. Now, have you guessed what it is? Because we're going. It's game time. Now, what Clean Line's cool too is they always give you a little bit of swag, stickers, and then another great little treat you always get with Clean Line is some kind of candy. So here we're getting Starburst. They have been on the Starburst kick. I always enjoy the Starburst. Thank you, Clean Line, for my delicious candy treats. They are the best. And the moment of truth. It is actually, we got even more Starburst. Look at this. 3 more. We basically got like a whole pack of Starburst here, a whole mini pack of Starburst. 6 Starburst for free. And sticker and swag. It's Clean Line. You gotta love them. Gotta love them. So, let's get rid of this box. And, have you guessed it? It is the O'Neill Hyperfreak short arm 2mm long leg, like the horror movie Long Legs. Yes, this is the best wetsuit on the market, and there's a couple reasons. First off, the short arm long leg is awesome. It's really like amazing. And I'm just checking my monitor here for focus and other reasons, but I see that, you know, the chat's empty. The haters aren't here yet. They're like a little scared because everyone knows that there kind of is no competition now. I got to shout out Host Stevie. Host Stevie has sent me stuff, and I always appreciate Host Stevie's gear, and it is nice as well. My body type seems to really like O'Neill the best over all the others. Even like Rip Curl, Volcom, a lot of the other ones, they kind of, to me, all seem pretty similar. Host Stevie even is in that ballpark to me. But there's something about how the O'Neills fit me, and the Technobutter 3 in particular, and the 3X. Sorry, not the 4X. O'Neill, we got to talk. It's not you, it's me. But you guys kind of blew it. I feel bad saying that on the live internets, but they didn't blow it. I retract that statement because O'Neill, I would love to work with you guys, but it's unfortunate that the new Technobutter 4, it is warmer, more durable, etc. But to me, it doesn't fit my body as well, and it's not as ultra flexy as Technobutter 3 and Technobutter 3X. What I foresee O'Neill doing is keeping this Technobutter 3 line and then having the Fire line being like the warmer version of the Hyperfreak. So you have like the comp wetsuit, which is Technobutter 3, 3X, and then like the warmer version, not as stretchy, but probably more durable, the 4 and 4X Technobutter. I am seeing that on some sites it is on sale and stuff, so I'm curious if O'Neill might retract and go straight back to Technobutter 3, or if they're gonna, or if that was just because it was last season's deals and they want to, get ready for the next season. I'm just gonna check my audio really quick because I'm filming with a lav. And what's cool about the lav is I can move around and the mic doesn't have to be right here, but it can get a little of that action, which the mic probably got horrible just then. Which actually didn't even, somehow it didn't get affected by me touching it. I don't know how that just happened. But let's get back to the O'Neill Hyperfreak 2mm short arm fold. Now what's crazy is like the O'Neill Hyperfreak 3.2 is actually 3.5 by 2.5 thickness. So you're getting like near a 4.3, even though it's a 3.2. Now that 3, they call it a plus, Hyperfreak Plus. This is a 2 mil, so it's literally only 2mm thick everywhere, and there's no plus. So it's almost like half as thick as the 3.2. So it's pretty crazy because when you go from wearing a 3.2 a bunch to wearing this thing feels like nothing. It's kind of like going from the 4.3 to the 3.2. Going from the 3.2 to this is crazy. Because you already think, well, it's the O'Neill Hyperfreak, like it's already super stretchy and super great. But the fact that they take away 0.5 and a whole millimeter, so it's 1.5 millimeters less, it adds up a lot. Now, also, it's always great to look inside these ones because they started doing this a few years ago. They made the insides blue, so the whole inside is blue. And then how you know if it's Technobutter 3X or Technobutter 3 is kind of like this. It's kind of like a checker or like a lined pattern. So the line pattern is Technobutter 3X, and the darker pattern is Technobutter 3. They do have a Hyperfreak 2mm comp zipless full suit that seems to me like it's all Technobutter 3X, which is wild. I do have to put a disclaimer here, though. To me, that I've never had the best of luck with the no zip ones. Like I always got to have a zip. The no zip ones, the whole suit ends up having to be like dedicated to stay together by just the little string that holds it together right here. Where is it at? So, yeah, so right here. So this little string that is essentially just holding over your left shoulder, that's holding everything together. So to me, that goes real quick. It already goes quickly, but it goes super quick when you don't have a zipper as well helping the suit stay together. So I actually would never advise for the no-zip suits. The comp suit would be sick because it's essentially this with long sleeves, and it's all 3X. So the whole thing is the super duper stretchy stuff. So it'd be interesting because it's actually even stretchier, and it's like a little more protection for sun, or even for like, I think if it's colder, it actually would work a little better just because it also has your arms fully blocked off. And it might even be 2.5. I guess I can look it up really quick. Hyperfreak comp X. Yeah, so it's zipless. I guess I could share my screen. Here you go. So you're seeing, oh my God, we're in Deathland. I don't even know what we're seeing right now. Let me just see what happened, because that was not very smart what I just did. Let's see. Oh, we're back. We're good. So here it is. And as you can see, like it's totally, like the whole thing is that crazy pattern where it's, did I stop? Oh, there we go. So the whole thing is like this, it's all Technobutter 3X, the whole entire thing. So you can see the whole thing is this material, the, whatever that is, the Technobutter 3X. So let me just close some of these really quick. Don't close the live stream one. Okay, there you go. You saw my whole life right there. And then you saw the mirror of death. So the 3X, this part is the whole suit. So in theory, this is like pretty amazing. I've never seen one of these in the wild, I don't think, but as you can see what I was saying earlier, that this part right here, that's the string that's holding it all together. And to me, it never does that great. So I would always want to go zip chest version, but they don't have it in this one. But I was really interested in trying this one. And it's on sale right now, even on other sites, I believe. So it's not a bad score. And all these newer Hyperfreaks do have a bunch of recycled oyster shells and tires and other kind of stuff in them. So Hyperfreak, O'Neill's doing their best. And it is a plus. So it actually is supposed to be like somewhat warmer than just their 2mm spring suits. Kind of sits in between the Hyperfreak Comp, which is this in the 3.2 version, and just the spring suits, the long, short, and the short, long. So it's pretty sweet because, like if that had a zipper, I would want to try it, but no zipper, I always have to remember that it's not going to work very good for me. So let's see, Clean Line Surf, Hyperfreak, 2mm. All right, so here we go. So we're on Clean Line Surf. Shout out the goats. Now, when I was on here the other day, they didn't have many of these left. I mean, these go quickly. They have sales. I mean, you can, if you're not a member yet, you can sign up for these sales. They usually work. Like even on O'Neill's site, they don't use codes for wetsuits. So that's pretty cool. You can save like 50, 60 bucks just by getting the code, which I always like. And like these, kind of go quick. Spoiler alert, I do have another pretty new one of these, but these are so great. Like even versus the long sleeve short version, this version to me is better. It's better because the long legs help you absorb on your knees when you're pushing on your knees. You don't get kind of like that inner thigh rub on the board. It's just a more comfortable experience. Your arms are more exposed for easier paddling. So this one to me, after many years actually liking the short leg, long arm, because that one's kind of like a top. This one I actually like a lot more now, and it's my new favorite. And I don't like wearing the long sleeve one anymore. And I can show you long sleeve O'Neill. So here it is. So, and this one's on sale right now. So, or this one might even be cheaper now because the other one's so amazing. But these are the same things, this and that. This one is more of that long top, short bottom, more like a typical top with boardies. But you'll see that the other one around more. And it's funny that this one's actually way more expensive now. It's like $70 more. And usually these are actually the same price. So makes me think that they're selling more of this one. Let's see what the reviews say. Hyperfreak Wetsuit is softest and most flexible suit on the market. He has them in every millimeter. I mean, that's me. I have this. Now I have in every millimeter. And again, I try different suits. And I always appreciate like when host Stevie, reaches out and sends me stuff. It always works really well. But in the end, like these still, the fit and the cut of these is always still the best. And just the flexibility is unrivaled. I will admit though, it's it is a slightly more delicate suit, so you have to kind of baby it. Another con to be aware of is it doesn't like, let's see what happens. Oh my God, just don't worry, guys. There we go. It doesn't like Velcro. So Velcro on the leash, it doesn't want to see it. It doesn't want to be near it. Why am I still in the mirror of death? There we go. Keep the Velcro far away. And that's why I'm stoked there's no Velcro on this suit at all. Say it was a back zip with the Velcro neck, etc. Like the non-Velcro anywhere makes it even work better. Probably put it right here so I'm not, oh, there we go. Well, let's actually keep it in the shot because I keep looking at the screen and it does make it look like I'm distracted or something. But I promise it's because I'm monitoring the stream right here. And I'm actually monitoring it right here as well. I'm like triple monitoring. So you guys can see my little setup here. We have my iPad, my kombucha. This kombucha is essentially an IPA. It tastes like an IPA. It's like my IPA replacement right now. It's the Guava Dave's KT one. It tastes like an IPA. So if you need to get off them IPAs, get yourself one of these. It's amazing. So those are the two cons, is they are somewhat delicate. So to me, they do wear out kind of quickly, but it's the experience is so amazing that it's totally worth it. And I just keep buying them because I still haven't found another one where the performance is as good as this. And I can even read you like how the new ones have a bunch of recycled material. So the new ones, the outside panels, it's 82% recycled nylon. So the whole, and then it's 18% recycled spandex. So all the paneling is all made out of recycled materials. I think that's pretty cool that they did that. And then the rest of it is just the inner stuff is, recycled nylon. It's a lot of recycled material. So it's really cool that seen them do this. And they'll even have like this new blue thing where when they use a lot of the recycled stuff and they're trying their best to like, make those poor people in the wetsuit shops not get cancer. Look into that if you can stomach it. But making wetsuits is kind of like making regular PU surfboards. It's actually really naughty for the environment. That's why I shout out Patagonia and other companies trying to do stuff with Ulex rubber, etc. But they haven't gotten there quite yet to make them as stretchy and comfortable as this. And with people like me who like need all the mobility you can get, you gotta do what you gotta do. So they are trying their best. In the last couple of years, O'Neill has made a lot of big headways. So another, like size-wise, so I'm 5'10", 170, and I go large. And the large for me fits pretty much perfect. I tried, and like I used to try like the large tall. I used to try the medium tall, a few others. But I would say go your typical size on the size chart. And you have to pick up or bottom, just go up. Especially as you get towards the 4.3s and the thicker versions. Because to me, the worst thing ever is when you're like super tight in a suit and it doesn't loosen up. Now, this is a stretchy suit, so if you're someone who just really wants to like maximize the fit, maybe you get size down, but I would always just say just go your true to size, or if you have to, go up the rank as opposed to down the rank. So the 2mm Hyperfreak short arm full, as you can see here, it is still the best wetsuit on the market. A few other great little things about it are like the neck seal. So some wetsuits have kind of like just one slab on the neck. This actually does like a double collar thing where it's two pieces together. And I find that it stays on your neck way more and you don't get the neck flush. On my major brand before this, I always got neck flushing. And I tried different sizes. I would always get it. Only had the one thing. I'm not going to name any names there. But a bunch of companies just do the one panel, not kind of like this double collar thing. And then what I like is you get all that Technobutter 3X where you need it. So it's essentially in the shoulders and the chest area. And the rest of it is Technobutter 3, which is pretty much like as good as any other of the stretchiest wetsuits ever. So it's the whole wetsuit is as stretchy or stretchier than any other wetsuit. And the parts that are super stretchy are actually super duper duper stretchy. And again, I've yet to find any other wetsuit that even comes close. And y'all can let me know in the comments what you reckon there. But I will like die on my hill defending these things. And I got to shout out one of my buddies. I got to shout out John Luff for initially getting me into these, because I remember back in the day, I was having the neck drain problem. I was like, John, I can't find a wetsuit that doesn't like flush. Like, how can I find a wetsuit that doesn't? I need to find a new brand. And he said, try the O'Neill Hyperfreak. And I was like, dude, it's not going to work, whatever. Like, okay, I guess I'll try it. And then like right away, I was like, oh, this is the best wetsuit ever made. And since then, that was many years ago, I've converted many of people's. My whole closet is full of these, and all the thicknesses, like our boy said on the Clean Line Surf website. So if you need like a solid suit right now for the summer or fall or spring, like smash that link. It helps me out. It helps out Clean Line, and because you're not gonna beat it. And I like can almost guarantee you, like, you're not gonna find a better spring suit. And back to like when people were wearing board shorts, why I can wear this and it's not like super hot is because somehow, I don't know how they do it, it's like kind of breathable. Like, it's not a wetsuit that's going to make you sweat, and it's not going to kind of be like sticky. It somehow has magic powers in here somewhere, and it's somewhat just breathable. And because it's almost like not the most watertight suit ever, every now and then water gets in a little here and there. It drains easy, but it kind of lets you like stay cooler. So maybe a con in the upper end of this suit, like the 4.3, sometimes water does want to like shoot up your legs or shoot in your arms, because they do classify this as like more of a comp suit. So sometimes they'll save the bells and whistles for like the Psycho or the Blueprint, and they'll actually leave this a little more like basic. But it's still so amazing. You forego some of those slight little like cons, because the stretch factor is just off the charts. It's not welded over top fluid seam, but it is welded like just with the tape inside. I'll show you some of the inside in here. So I feel like that's the best of both worlds, because you're getting this inside tape, which is going to help water, but on the outside you're just getting like the double stitched like normal. You're not getting like the welded tape over top, which is good for water, but it does make the suit a good amount firmer and not as stretchy. So I think they nail it with choosing where the tape goes and what to like not tape. So that's why it somewhat kind of seems breathable, because like even though water's not getting in here, it doesn't feel like you're suffocating. In most sweatsuits, you do kind of feel like you're suffocating. The first time you put this on, right away, it's a second skin. So today, when I was one of the rare people in like a short arm full, most people had a top, shorts, or just bareback. I was for sure the most comfy because I wasn't hot. If you're hot, let a little water in. You could even sometimes surf it just by taking the top thing off and over. And this thing's just, the neck opening is actually somewhat tight enough where you can get by just wearing it and then like not having the neck on. Like in a pinch, you can do that and it'll help you cool off, and it's not like really uncomfortable or nothing. When you're paddling out, you might have to like put the neck back on because water kind of will seep in. That's kind of like a little life hack, because when you're kind of burning up in this, you can take that off and just have the top on without the neck collar. So I really like that aspect about it. So that about wraps it up like for the Hyperfreak 2mm short arm full. The whole Hyperfreak line is really amazing, and I'm super thankful that I did find it when I did, because I was on my last leg with trying to find a good wetsuit. And wetsuits are a lot like surfboards, where you search for the perfect wetsuit, like the perfect surfboard. While in that search, you're spending tons of money to find it. You're tons of these things, the price tags, you're buying them. They're $400, $500 experiments, which is unfortunate because you wear it and buy it once, and it pretty much slashes in price half, maybe even less. and you get sick of like experimenting like with surfboards and wasting money. So O'Neill does do O'Neill demo days, so maybe be on the lookout if you are questioning the Hyperfreak. But I'm almost giving like the Travis Ironclad guarantee with like a stamp. This is the best wetsuit, line, and then the actual best, wetsuit of the whole Hyperfreak series is the short arm, 2mm long leg full, due to its versatility, its warmth for being a spring suit, the comfort, and like feeling like you're just having this little like Spider-Man suit, and you'd almost I prefer it over board shorts. A top and board shorts, it's going up. You're getting chafing. You gotta wear like the rash shorts, or at least I do. Shout out Driftline. I tried those; they actually work pretty good. With this, you throw it on. It's breathable enough, and it's all in one piece, nice and intact. You don't have to worry about water shooting up your shirt, your pants falling off, rashes. Another thing, rashes. I don't think I've ever gotten a rash in any of the Hyperfreaks. I'm trying to think. Like, I really, truly don't think I've ever gotten any rash. Maybe once on a 4-3 in the armpit after like way, way too many surfs. But I can't remember if I made that up or not. But on these ones, never, ever any rashes. Neck rash, no way. You're not getting a neck rash with the double collar thingy. It's pretty much impossible. We could even just really quick look at one more, just read a little more about it, because I think it's really cool kind of what they have figured out here. And we'll do the thing of death. There you go. So even like a couple years ago, this wasn't mostly recycled material. It was actually like, they didn't claim it was recycled. It was more normal stuff. But lately they've really upped the ante, and now it's like all recycled, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so it's fully taped, glued, and blind stitched. So there's none of the fluid seam welds, but you're getting everything else besides that. And here's where it's, so it's recycled oyster shells and eco-carbon black infused neoprene. This eco-carbon black, I think, is from tires, but I could be mistaken there. And they've somehow figured out this oyster shell thing, because a bunch of wetsuits are doing that too now. So I think it's really cool how they did this. Now look, dream big. You're dreaming big with this. It's high performance. It's environmentally friendly. And with short sleeves, you can paddle like Michael Phelps. Well, they're really claiming it. Is this the clean line, or is this O'Neill? But I fully agree. And so now they're marketing it more as an eco-friendly suit too, which I think is cool. And they're not really lying, considering that it's all recycled stuff. But they're at least doing their best. Now the process of processing oil and neoprene, I think that's the naughty part as well. But at least it's not like fresh crude oil becoming the wetsuit. It's other materials, and probably the byproduct of making it is not as gnarly as that. I mean, that's off the top of the dome. I'm not 100% there, but I can imagine that it's not as gnarly as the original oil making this. They also use this aqua alpha glue, and that's been like in a bunch of them. And I'm honestly not sure what that means. I think that has to do with it's with the seams. Okay, so they always claim it on the inside. Yeah, right here. Oh, so that's kind of new. So it says, feels like freedom, first name in the water. Jack O'Neill, rest in peace. He basically invented the wetsuits, and this is his company from way back then. So you can trust O'Neill. And the Hyperfreak, as you're seeing here, it's the GOAT. It's all I know. And I do like other suits. I love other companies, but to me, the Hyperfreak with Technobutter 3. I'm sorry, Hyperfreak Fire. If I were y'all, unless you need like the warmest suit, you can go Fire. But if you want like the best bang, best all around, go regular Hyperfreak 2mm, not the Fire, because this one is like all you're gonna need. So that's what I gotta say. We got some celebrities in the chat. We got old Migsy. Migsy, what do you reckon about the Hyperfreaks? All right, guys, even with the audio, I got to turn a fan on. It's like roasting in here. I don't know what's going to happen with this audio, but it could go to crap. Oh, yeah, that's definitely going to crap, but whatever. We got to do what we got to do right now. Migsy, you're late. I am pretty much getting off here. I got to go on my after dinner walk. Is a new thing I do. But Migs, are you obsessed with the hyper freaks like me? Because I just got a new 2mm short arm full, and I'm really stoked because I got one of these, a new one, at the beginning of the summer. But once you get to like surf everyday territory, like having the 2 suits in the rotation, once you start, there's no going back, and you do feel kind of like royalty, but it's worth every penny because you can't do one wetsuit, a wet wetsuit. I'm not doing that. You can't be putting on a wet wetsuit. No bueno. Not going to do it. And I'm just checking the sound here. And somehow it's blocking out that fan very well. Let me see if I can find a USB charger for this iPad. That thing's about to die. You know what? F it. F it. We're stopping. Or we're not. Actually, I need to get a charger for that. BRB. Talk amongst yourselves. Look, you can hear me over here because I'm using a lavalier. Here I come. I'm coming back. We had to get the iPad charger. Make sure I'm in focus. So, Migs, we can stick around for a second. I have the fan on now, thank God. It was roasting for a sec there. But like, so Migsy saying G5 playa, G5. So I hear Tom Cruise might be coming back with that movie, doing a like a spin-off Les Grossman movie, which could be amazing. I don't think they can do a Tropic Thunder 2 because you can't make movies like that anymore, which is unfortunate because we're in desperate need of 1990s, early 2000 comedy right now. You know, we live in a world where we can't really joke like we used to, and unfortunately for me, I think that's destroyed comedy. Which is a bummer because Tropic Thunder, I mean, didn't Robert Downey Jr. might have got an Oscar nomination for that. Let's see. Maybe I made that up. Well, maybe I made that up. I can't remember. Maybe that was a joke in the movie, is that he got an Oscar nom. No, I can't remember. So Maisie's saying he has used a few O'Neill Psycho models, fully sealed, and they were unbreakable. Yeah, so what's funny is like the Hyperfreak in itself is like somewhat new. Because I remember they used to have like the Mutant, which was a great suit. I had the Mutant a bunch, the Psycho, the Psychotech. And then like one day the Hyperfreak popped up and I didn't even know it existed until, shout out my friend again, but it kind of like, I was kind of sleeping on O'Neill. I can't remember why I was sleeping on him, but once, you know, once they made the Hyperfreak, now they actually have like a new one called the Ninja, which I think is supposed to be, oh, am I still online? Error, try again. Nope, oh my God. Oh, we're online. It's being stupid. Give me a sec here, guys. Okay. So my chat on my computer said, I'm not working anymore. So I said, okay, cool. Thanks, computer. But like now they have the Ninja, which is like, I think supposed to be the new Hyperfreak. So I don't think it has any Technobutter 3X. It actually has like normal neoprene, which I could show you guys really quick. The Ninja, let's see. Okay, so yeah, O'Neill women's. I said O'Neill. They have a woman's Ninja, and the main ingredient is Ultraflex. They call it. So DL Fluid Flex and Fluid Firewall Ultraflex. So it's somehow, I don't know what can be too different from what neoprene. I almost said Neosporin. What neoprene this is, and what neoprene is in like the Ninja or the lesser ones, but I'm pretty sure before they had the Hyperfreak, like it was all about the Dura something or Endura Skin. Isn't that like a CONDOM brand? Dura Cell? That's a battery. Who knows anymore? I mean, I'm brand boy, but I run out of brand ideas and I forget what the brands are. How's the audio, y'all? I'm just curious because I do have a fan like blasting, but it sounds kind of good because it's like a billion degrees in here. Oh, wow. Okay. So I need to use the lav mic essentially every time now. Might be the move. So yeah, it's funny because I'm really excited about having another brand new short arm full, and you can always double check because it's even like Dick's Sporting Goods has this suit. Let's see if they have it right now. Yeah, so Dick's Sporting Goods. Well, they might have sold out. They used to have this suit. I got one or two from Dick's Sporting Goods. So that's hilarious. They seem to not have it anymore, which is kind of a bummer. Huh, interesting. I mean, I would always say, try to support surf industries, surf shops, etc. But, I am seeing other types of O'Neill stuff at Dick's. But they used to have the 2mm short arm full at Dick's. And it was sick. Like, I think you'd have to get it offline usually. But I think I actually went to the store once. They might have had it. But then once they switched to the newer Technobutter with the blue inside, I think Dick's said, no more. We're not doing it no more. So that's a bummer. That's a bummer. But a few ways you can tell it is like the newest edition Hyperfreaks, or it'll say blue and have this kind of water drop logo, and it'll say blue right here. So that's how you know for sure that it is this option. So I like to know the suit's not just like 3 or 4 years old and sitting somewhere, because in theory, neoprene like kind of goes bad even just sitting. It kind of gets stiffer. Like, I'm sure use in salt water and all that is bad too, but I'm pretty sure if a suit just sat there for 10 years versus a brand new suit, the brand new suit would work better. So I always like to use, at least a suit that hasn't been sitting on a rack somewhere for a decade. So one way to check here is it has an all blue interior and has a blue drop and says blue. That also means it's the recycled ones, which are the newer versions. So let's see what Migsy has to say here. So Migsy says, yes, the Ninja Migsy. It's the new Ninja Minji. Ninja Minji. So he says in Oz, they are worth an arm and a leg. Well, sorry, Migsy, it's worth it. Like, there's certain things in life where, like, it doesn't matter how much it costs. Like, you just have to buy that one, and, like, it sucks, but you have to do it. Kind of like me and the Hokas, these Hoka recovery flips. Like, it doesn't matter that these are $50 to $60. Like, I have to do it. My feet need them. They fix my feet. I am now addicted to them. My feet may never actually heal. I just wear these giant Band-Aids everywhere. But like, these are, it doesn't matter. Like, nothing else even compares. So like, there's certain stuff like this where, you gotta just pay to play, I guess. It's kind of like living where I live in SoCal. It's the most expensive ever, but like, it's somewhat worth it. So gotta pay to play. So Megs, I guess that's but you're right though. In Australia, certain stuff is like ramped up, ridiculous. Cameras actually deal with that, where the camera stuff can be twice as much. This is like expensive cameras, where like a A7S III or a ZV-1 I'm shooting on now could be $2,200. In Australia, it could be like $4,500. Like, even with the conversion, it still ends up being like nearly twice as much. It's similar to Canada. So sometimes there's like import tariff. This is before the whole tariff thing. That stuff was still going on a bunch. So, sometimes with American products going abroad or Japanese products or whatever, you do have to pay kind of I don't know if it's a convenience fee, but like the import, export, all the other fees. So, yeah, so that sucks, Migsy, that it is that much, and I don't know what to do with you there. That's a bummer, because I don't know what I always say nowadays. It's like, if they took away the a Technobutter 3 Hyperfreaks, like I wouldn't know what to do because like I finally found a suit that works, and it's so hard like to find this suit that works for you. It's kind of like your magic surfboard. That's why I was so scared when they came out with the Hyperfreak Fire, which I'll show you really quick just to let you guys know, like the one that I would say stay away from, unfortunately. Now, as you can see, these ones are on sale right now. Now, I don't know if this is because they're going to phase them out or if it's because, you know, they're going to get with F, or it's because, like, it's a 2024 model and they have limited things. Right now, it's like, you know, $70 off or something. And essentially, these are the upgraded version of Hyperfreaks, but they kind of missed the mark. You know, the whole point of Hyperfreak is flexibility, is unrivaled. It's not the warmest suit. It doesn't last the longest, but it's the performance you get is so unmatched that you're willing to sacrifice that. Now, the Fire, they almost like tried to take that and then combine the durability and the warmth, which fair enough. That's like probably the top complaint with the Hyperfreaks was that they don't last that long. But in doing that, it kind of lost the magic a little bit. Now, the main thing are these, I think, is the Fluid Team weld. So the welding over top makes it tighter. And then also they made Technobutter 4, which is actually kind of like a red material. And it has great reviews. It's a great reviews here. I think on the O'Neill site, people are a little more upset. I think this is actually more like O'Neill fanboys like me. So let's see what the reviews are here. No reviews. That's interesting. Oh, backs it. Maybe that's why. Let's see. I think my internet's broken. Oh, wait, here we go. Okay, so here we go. There it is. I mean, right now it's on. Oh, that's the youth version? Dang. The youth version's like mega cheap right now. It's $200. It's a steal for the 3.2. I just want to show you guys the normal 3.2 that all the bros wear. Where is it? Let's see. Here it is. It's funny there's no reviews on here. I wonder if this is like the newest version or what, but there's no reviews, which I've definitely seen reviews on here before. Interesting. And also, I thought they're going to show the inside of this because the inside is what separates it. Now, so here's the other Hyperfreak. Oh, wow. These are on mega sale. So if you're looking for the Hyperfreak 3.2 right now, I would hit up Clean Line Surf because these deals, they are cray-cray. And this is like, what is that? That's 250, 350. That's like a lot off. I can't do the math because I'm not a mathematician, but that's a lot off. And I have a couple of these, the gray ones. These are actually really sick because I feel like they don't get as hot. So when that sun's blazing, you're not heating up as much because the suit's not all black. You also look like Kelly Slater in 1999, so it's an added bonus. If you're not that good at surfing, you maybe can't get that because you kind of stick out a little bit. But once you're wet, you can't really notice. But I almost should have just bought one of these too. This might even be cheaper than I thought it was. This is the 4.32. Holy crap! This is a deal of the century. Oh, I blew it. I should have bought one of these. This is deal of the century. So Matey said he's trying to get Mark in here. No worries, mate. I probably got to go somewhat shortly. I'm roasting and I got to go my walk and it's getting late for me. But yeah, oh, there he is. We got Mark in the chat. Thanks, sir. I got to stand for a little bit more because Mark's here. We have the two homeboys in here. Mark, what's your opinion on the O'Neill Hyperfreaks? I'm trying to amp up everyone in the live stream. Oh, God, we're back in the window of death. That's funny. 1 sec. I want to see how long this will go. Oh, my God. To infinity and beyond. It's pretty cool. I can do like a Woo, woo, woo. You guys probably just love watching that, huh? So they are really hiding this Hyperfreak fire. I'm trying to find it. If I could type. Here it is. Hyperfreak tire chest zip. Oh, and they're more expensive. So they're more expensive too. So it's like, but they are warmer and more stable. So if you're like a young kid or you like don't mind the extra like restriction, I guess you're gonna get, like, it is a great suit. But the Technobutter 4 is what's killing it. Now let me show you guys really quick. Technobutter 4. Let's see if this pops up. So yeah, let's see what O'Neill says about it. So, oh gosh, I don't want to allow. No, use basic cookies. So this is what the inside looks like on the newer Technobutters. It's like kind of this reddish. So they go from blue to red. So they make it pretty obvious to know what you're wearing, which is kind of cool because it's like, all right, this is the Technobutter 3, the red Technobutter 4. And then one other main difference is the fluid seam welds over top, which will make it last longer. It'll let less water in, but it will be more restrictive. So it's kind of like if you're a big wuss and you need the warmest of the warmth, you go Technobutter 4 or Hyperfreak. If you're a wuss like me, you need maximum stretch, you go Technobutter 3 Hyperfreak. And this is pretty new. It's only like about a year old, so they'll probably still refine it. But this was in one of the newer blueprints. But again, I've tried this stuff, and to me, it feels like all the other wetsuits. So you're not getting what the Hyperfreak's about. It feels like a Rip Curl Flash Bomb or like one of the fluffier suits. The Hyperfreak with Technobutter 3 just feels like a comp. It's really light. Technobutter, the Hyperfreak fires are heavier. They're definitely heavier. These are light as a feather. Light as a feather. The Tumel one really is almost like nothing. Feels like you're wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. You got the reference, let me know in the chat. But let's see. So we got some commenters here. We got these guys are up to no good. Mark says, thanks for the heads up. Mark's driving, so Mark's got to watch the road. Oh, Migsy's asking, are they flexy? Have you been listening, Migsy? These are the flexiest freaking wetsuits ever invented in mankind. Whenever someone tries to tell me otherwise, I just like kind of scoff at them because I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. And like story alert, so like Vissla has a new 3.2 or 4.3 and it zips, has like a curve zip. Kind of like it's an experimentation. So it's on the chest, it curves, and then comes like around your shoulders. And the goal there is supposedly it's to make paddling even easier. So my friend who actually convinced me about the Hyperfreak tried it. And even though supposedly that one's like the best for shoulders and stuff, to him it was still just like night and day, didn't hold an edge to the Hyperfreak at all. So it's funny how they somehow figured it out, and I don't know how other companies haven't caught up yet. So to answer the flexi question, oh yeah, it's flexi. And Mark says Technobutter is the best marketing name I've ever heard. That is true. That is true, because what's funny is, well, first off, I've said Technobutter probably like 45 times in the stream. Also, it's like something about, like once you start saying Technobutter and you're wearing the Technobutter, it does feel like butter, but you're in like a techno rave, so it makes a lot of sense there as well. And like, you know, it's funny because, make sure I'm in focus. It's funny because like I really truly think that like whenever people come to me with wetsuit woes, like I'll always push them towards this direction. And whenever I see them kind of hesitating or something, usually somehow I can convince them, and then it's rare. Then months go by where they bought the Hyperfreak and then they join the Hyperfreak cult. It's almost a cult of sorts because you get so like used to it that like you wear other suits and they all fail in comparison. And then you get the Hyperfreak and it works so well that like you get addicted to it, and then you're a hyper freak guy. Like you almost become a hyper freak guy after not being one. It's kind of like maybe when you get your first iPhone, like, and you're an iPhone Apple fanboy, you're just always gonna buy the new iPhone. You're just always gonna be an iPhone iPad guy. It's kind of like that. Whereas once you get the hyper freak and you see how it works for you, there really is no going back to any other wetsuit. It really has somehow like gotten to this place in the market where they figured it out, and I don't know why another company hasn't figured it out yet. It's kind of like Hoka with the giant soles and stuff. Now a lot of shoes and sandals are looking like Hokas. It reminds me of them because they almost like solidified and perfected something, and then other companies try to catch up. Or it's like a MacBook Pro, where a lot of computers look like a MacBook Pro now. So I am fanboying a good bit about the Hyperfreak, but you know, this isn't clickbait. I really do think it's the best wetsuit ever. So good, in fact, that I just bought a new one with only like a month or two of summer left, just so I can have the fresh switcheroo to always have the Technobutter touching my skin, because only the finest will touch this skin. All right, so Migsy saying, Mark saying he's too much of a tight arse. Unbranded wetsuits are all he wants. Interesting. So need essentials, you're saying? And like, shout out to anyone who actually can wear any wetsuit and it works great. Like, it's like the Hoka shoe analogy again. Like, hats off to you. If you can buy any wetsuit and it works great, that's great. And don't worry about buying the brand name stuff. And that's why I love the Ho Stevie suits. Is like, a lot of people really like the suits, me included, and they fit well. So it's like, you don't have to get like the crazy big brand ones to work good, unless you're in like this use case where you just want super stretch. You kind of have broad shoulders like me, you're jacked, and you just need as much flex as you can possibly get. But most 80% of people can buy most suits and get a Ho Stevie suit and be perfectly soaked. I'll even leave the Ho Stevie affiliate, link to his short arm full in the description too, because I think it's another great option. It's way cheaper than this or other options. So, this is kind of just for the Technobutter Hyperfreak addict. Is once you get a taste of the sauce, you're just addicted for life. So, let's see. We got some scallywags in the chat. So Maisie says, let's look for secondhand ones in Aussie land. Yep. Mark says the water is pretty warm around here. If he lived in a colder climate, he would get better wetsuits. True. Well, Mark, that's what's great about this one is it's a spring suit. It's a short arm full. So I was telling the live stream earlier that I actually prefer this thing over board shorts. And now if it's like 75 and like super duper hot, I mean, yeah, you're going to wear board shorts, but like if it's even 71, 72, this thing is great because you don't really get that hot. And if you do, you can just flush water and etc. And you get all that added protection, no weird flying, no weird rashes. So as long as it's in the 60, pretty much the perfect temp for this thing is 67 to 73 and you're good. So it's like California summer SoCal summer is like this suit reigns supreme. And you'll see tons of these. And especially in Southern California, in the lineup, the main wetsuit you see is the O'Neill Hyperfreak. The 3.2 O'Neill Hyperfreak is by far the most popular wetsuit. I'm sure it's probably like the Firewire Seaside. It's probably the best selling wetsuit if you look at analytics and stuff. So Maisie's making funny jokes in the chat. Maisie says, it sounds a bit like the Revo Max marketing, and he's getting a bit cheeky. So, Migsy, I gotta put you in timeout, I guess. How do I do that? Migsy, here we go. I guess I can make you guys moderators. Oh, there's no one else here, so that's okay. Let's see. Timeout. Put user in timeout. I don't even know. If I do that, though, I might not know how to undo it. So I'll leave you alone, Migsy. Oh, yeah. If you're a big guy, like these are legit because you get so much stretch this way. My super tall friend really likes these because it gets out the stretch, but he actually couldn't find his size because they're super sold out. So he's going to try the Stevie one. So, they kind of sell out a bunch. So like if you see one, you might as well scoop it because they go quick. I did get this with the sale price. I got it for like $270 something. That was with tax and everything. So they're usually like $280 and then add tax like $320. Right now they've actually upped the price. They're like $3 something, maybe even $320, $330, like $350 because they're actually such in demand that they can up the price a little bit as people need them or addicted to them. Macy says he has a few Bull and Hurley, no complaints. Okay, I mean Hurley, they had the Hurley Phantom, so shout out Hurley Phantom. I mean, I remember the Hurley Phantom board shorts where like you could stretch like so far, so I could see they figured out some kind of tech. Quicksilver actually had a pretty good wetsuit back in the day, the Cypher, that I actually liked a lot. I don't know why I really stopped wearing that one. It might have got discontinued, but I used to have a couple of good wetsuits. Then there was like a 7-year period where I could not find a wetsuit to save my life that wouldn't leak, especially in the neck, and be too big in the stomach, or just I couldn't get the right thing. And then the large Hyperfreak saved the day, and now my closet is littered with like literally a dozen Hyperfreaks, maybe more. I mean, 1, 2, 3, yeah, probably like 15 Hyperfreaks. I know it sounds crazy, but you know, they last 2, 3 seasons. If you get 2 and rotate, that's the key to making it last. If you only have 1, it does go quick. 1 might only even last 1 year, but their warranty is rock solid. So if it goes and a year has gone by and it's within under a year and there's like a major issue, they will fix it or replace it. I've done that multiple times. They never give you any guff. It's never like, oh, what happened? It's like they stand by it, and it's right in SoCal. You can easily ship it to them. They get it back real quick. Half the time they send you a new one. Half the time they fix it. A couple times they fix suits I thought were unfixable. So shout out them, and they've actually been fixing them more so lately than just giving you a new one. So that is a little better for the environment. So I'm like, I'll stand by O'Neill and stand by the Hyperfreaks. I mean, this shirt I'm wearing is O'Neill, and it's a pretty fancy shirt. It's a pretty, you know, hey, very handsome. All the grandmothers around here, they're like, he's so handsome. So they know what they're talking about. They know a handsome guy when they see one. The O'Neill swag makes you handsome automatically. And when you're wearing your Hyperfreak, you're getting looks. You're getting looks from the SEX that's attracted to you. You're getting looks from them. So whatever gender you are, guy or girl, or what the other ones, or your whatever, like you're gonna get attraction cues or indicators of interests because you're wearing this wetsuit. Because you look toned. You know, since my stomach issues, now I'm all ripped and like skinny. I wear this thing. It's like I gotta like hit him off with a broom. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. So Mark says he's 6'5". He says getting wetsuits that are long enough for him is tricky. And yeah, when you're super tall, it does get hard because then like you enter the zone where it's like you need the length, but you can't get like the thickness too thick. And it ends up being like you're like Blubber Man or like Michelin Man and the water is just spewing in. Or it's just like the wetsuit length like stops here. And you're just like, oh, like I guess I'm not gonna have, you look at a triathlon suit. So I do feel for you like skinny tall guys. I'm pretty much like kind of normal. I'm probably thicker than the average surfer. I feel like the average surfer is somewhat lankier and sometimes taller. But O'Neill seems to fit thicker with 2 C's boys better than standard other suits that I think fit the standard surfer body. O'Neill is definitely for the thick boys. So if you're like a very skinny person, you might want to at least try it on. But like, again, I want to emphasize, I've never heard anyone get the Hyperfreak and be bummed. I mean, so far it's 100% they get it and they convert, and then they're just Hyperfreaks for life. So, you know, give it a try if you're in the wetsuit woes, as I was. Another fun fact, I actually started like this whole Hero's Journey podcast series during the The Plague That Shall Not Be Named. That was 5 years ago, too. That's pretty crazy. That's when I turned the camera on myself. I'm like, all right, Travis Varga Films. Now I'm the star. Like, I'm in charge now. And my first couple episodes, maybe my first episode was about wetsuit woes and trying to find a good 4.3 wetsuit. Because the water, I was living in LA at the time, and the water gets like kind of cold in LA. It's funny enough, like it gets colder than you would think. In the middle of winter, it can be like mid 55, which some people that's not cold at all. But for a wuss like me, that's like pretty cold. And that's at the point where like you don't want water spewing in. You want everything nice and tight. So it's like you need a wetsuit that fits good. And I couldn't find good wetsuits. And that's when I tried the Mutant. I tried XL Comps, tried all things, and then I finally found, like, I don't know if I found it before then or that was exactly the time I found it. It might have been the time, because I know I got a Mutant, and then after I got it to the hype, yeah, that was the time. So I got a large 4.3 no zip Hyperfreak comp no zip. So it's like an actual 3.2, or that was the 4.3. But I got it in like a large small. So I thought like the large was maybe a little big because it's super stretchy. So I went large small. And then it was actually a little too tight. So it was pulling my shoulders down. And the no zip, after trying it twice, I was like, all right, no zip. In theory, it's sick. But in practice, it doesn't work, at least for me. So all right, I need the zip. And then I need to just go large and deal with like a little extra length. And then now it's like, it's perfect. And I deal with any kind of extra looseness. I'd rather have a teeny bit of looseness than a teeny bit of tightness. Personal preference there. Some people want it like super tight. But this, because it does do a good job of like letting water out with little areas. Like it has an area right here on the arm somewhere. Yeah, right here. Where water can trickle out. It has, that's the main one. Oh, it has a back one. Has a back little air opening. So what's funny is like surf wetsuits aren't really supposed to be like a dry suit. They're supposed to let some water in. Then the water acts as a thin barrier between you and the suit, and it kind of gets warm as you're moving around. So you like, it's your body heat is working with the wetsuit, and that's why it's not a dry suit. That's just like not letting any water in. So having like little holes like that seems weird. Like wouldn't water just go in here? Then even the chest zip, in theory, isn't there like a giant hole right here? Well, kind of, yeah. So it's not really meant to be like diving in the water, swimming around, scuba diving. Those are somewhat different suits. But it's still pretty, it's watertight enough. We're not going to be like mad, like water is just spewing in everywhere. You know, if I had to give one or two, like I wish they did this, is I wish they put just on the legs and arms what they do in their higher end suits, and they put like a little, what is it called? Like a wrist cuff or a wrist seal. And you know, even on like the Mutant, they had just like little tiny like welded fluid seams right here. And it just keeps this closer together. So water doesn't spew in as much. But more so on the 4.3s is where that really matters. On these kind of suits, you don't mind water going in as much. So those are, if I had to give like one major thing where if they did that, there'd be like no one should ever buy any other suit ever because it'd be the best. Literally, like there'd be no reason. The only reason not to buy this is if you need like the warmest of the warmth. And just because it doesn't have the cuffs that are like super sealed, sometimes water gets in. And when the water is like upper 40s, you're just like, well, I don't want water ever getting in. One other side quest in this convo is like, can I charge my laptop with this? 1 sec. Let's see something. This might work. Oh, wow, that works. This supercharger charges anything. My laptop's about to die, I think. Oh, 16%. Okay, we're good. So, hood-wise, like hoods have always been a big issue. I've never been a hood guy until the Hyperfreak 4.3 Plus with a hood. That's when my eyes were open, and now I can finally wear a hood. And why you can wear the hood is because it's made out of like the Technobutter material. Every other hood I've ever worn, even in O'Neill's line, it's more smooth skin. It's very tight. It grips you. It gives you a headache. You can't hear. Their hooded suit, you have to worry about nothing of that. It's stretchy. You can go below your chin or above your chin. It has a good cinch where you can actually like cinch it real tight. And I've learned with hoods, you want to actually wear them here. Because when you cinch them, like water doesn't get in here. When it's here, water can get in here a little bit. So cinching the hood here is the best. I do see most people, a lot of people do like this too though. And then you can take the O'Neill hood down and it chokes you. This isn't that kind of show, guys. It chokes you the least bit out of any other hood when you take it down. Most hoods, you take them down, and that is choking you like you're in like 50 Shades of Grey. Like it's bad news bears. But the O'Neill hood is just softly caressing you like you're in one of those, you know, 1980s soft core versions of that stuff where like you could watch it with your family and it was all good. And the stream's falling off the rails. Let's change topics. So Miggsy says he's got the 2-2 short arms Hurley pretty good. This winter he used mostly a long arm spring. Wind chill is more of a problem than water temp. For sure. So with the Hyperfreak, they have that as well, Mark. And yeah, so the theory is when the air temp's cold and the water's warm, you go long sleeve, short arm. When the water's cold but the air's warm, you go short arm, long leg. But in a place like California, where the water, when the water is warm, the air usually is kind of warm too. This really is the best option because we don't deal with as much wind as like some of the like South Aussies or New Zealanders. So like the long sleeve short can be, or even like East Coast people, having like the wind protection and all that up there is better. So, but I just really like having the knee and the leg and that protection because when you don't wear pads like me, having some knee protection is awesome. That's one like big reason of me liking the long leg is it helps with not pushing my blank knee against a blank board, which can get kind of rough and hard. This adds a little bit of cushion. So, all right, guys, we've been shooting for 1 hour and 7. So, hey, guys, I need everyone to smash the like. I got no likes in here, guys. Smash the like. See some people watching here. You guys are just ghost watching, not going to give me a like. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I get no respect. I get no respect. Yeah, let's answer more of these questions. I kind of got lost in the chat here per all the disrespect. So Mark says he has an O'Neill Fuse entry system. He has in hand, it looks new. He forgot about it because he got hurt on the Revo Max. And Miggsy's thick with 3 Cs. He's thick with 3 Cs. That's a lot of Cs. And Mark says the water is usually 19 to 20 degrees Celsius, which obviously I have no clue what that means. But it could be 66 to 68 Fahrenheit, which, yeah, that's, I mean, even for me, that's like borderline, it's not cold, but like I definitely want to have at least this suit on. That's what the water is for us too, like in the fall and spring, Mark. But Miggsy says for Mark, he needs it for the crowded lineups of Sydney, true that, at Bondi. And oh, y'all are in the winter too. That sucks. Yeah, that sucks for you guys. It's been snowy in Sydney. Miggsy has a 2 Buell RB1, pretty good. I mean, I know Zeke rides the Buells, and I've heard good things about them. But again, like I'm such a super fanboy. Like y'all can never persuade me. People have tried, and I will die on this Hyperfreak hill, Hyperfreak Technobutter 3 hill. You'll have to take this out of my cold dead hands because I'll just be in the grave. I'll be wearing this in my grave. I'll be wearing this buttery Technobutter 3. I'll probably wear the 3-2 in the grave because it'll like kind of protect you a little more. I might wear the 4-3 hooded. So I'll have a nice hood on my skeleton body. Will be nice and protected as I'm decomposing. Maisie says Technobutter Kai Pop Boys band name. Yeah, true. Maisie says it chokes you out like 50 Shades of Grey. I know, we got to keep it PG. I shouldn't have said that. That's not me. I can't see it. That's not Mark. Oh, Maisie's got the O'Neill Fuse. Yeah, I think the O'Neill Fuse, that might be like, you know, sometimes like countries and continents have different versions of the same thing. They might even call it the Fuse, not the Hyperfreak. They might call an older one the Fuse, or that might be an older suit by O'Neill. I definitely remember that one, the Fuse. Let's see. Wow, this thing is actually charging a MacBook. That's pretty crazy. The Fuse. Oh yeah, I know that suit. Oh, you know what? I wonder if this was. Oh yeah, the Fuse is like pretty much the Ninja now. Yeah, so they're claiming the Ninja is like the new Fuse, I think. Just said this guy's doing a review too. He's got the I guess the Fuse. Yeah, the Fuse. Oh, that was like the Epic. Remember the Epic, the O'Neill Epic? Yeah, I remember those. So, I mean, Jack O'Neill helped make wetsuits mainstream. I mean, I don't know. He might have invented the wetsuit. I mean, back in the day, they used I think they used beaver skins, and that's like where the tail came from. Wetsuits sometimes have like a slight tail in the back. I mean, it was even like a sweater back in the day. It wasn't really a like waterproofy, stretchy material. It was kind of like a damp sweater that just blocked wind and like stuck to you and kept you warm via wearing like a Freddy Krueger-esque sweater. So it's pretty hilarious how far we've come with wetsuit technologies. Maisie says, yeah, Maisie picks up all the wetsuits from last season, prior years from a surf outlet. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. I mean, yeah, I usually try to get them on sale, etc. Or what I've realized though with the O'Neill, with the Hyperfreaks, because the warranty is so good, I actually like to buy them right when I'm going to use them, because then you're within the 1-year warranty. Like there was a 3.2 I was going to maybe buy right now for in a few months because it's like $50 off. But then you buy it and then like the warranty starts. So then when you start wearing it 5 months from now, once the season's over, it's already a year, then like you might miss the warranty. And the warranty, I think, is actually so worth it that it's worth enough to just wait until you're going to wear it right away, because you can use the warranty and they actually have an amazing warranty process. O'Neill does. Yeah, so Migsy says O'Neill are the Toyota of wetsuits. Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, it's a great way to put it. O'Neill is the Toyota of wetsuits, because they last, even when these like go to crap, they don't really go to crap. They just like kind of let water in, but like they're always gonna work. They're just not gonna be as watertight and keep you as warm. Since I started my rotation life, like 2 seasons is usually the thing, but now I get like even 3 seasons, because like you just want to baby them. Like rinse them off. Here's the rules: you rinse them off with water every time you use them. Like every time. Like I don't care what you do, this thing gets rinsed at some point within an hour to 6 hours of your session. You're rinsing this. If not, I'm gonna come find you. You don't let this touch the concrete or the ground ever. This thing never touches the ground. Period. Never. It's touching wetsuit mats, grass floors. Never ever let this touch the ground. That's just blasphemy, and I will not accept that. I will not let you do that to my baby. And also, that's all that concrete or whatever you're stepping on just rubs against this. And because this is Technobutter, what happens when you mess with a stick of butter? It gets kind of smudged. It gets kind of dented. It gets somewhat ruined. So, like the butter, you want to stick it in a container, put it in the fridge in a safety spot. You want to baby this thing like it's your firstborn, because if you take care of it, it will take care of you. So, Mark says, how many years are you getting out of the O'Neill wetsuits? So, Mark, I'm getting 2 years, 2 to 3 years. I mean, they still work, but like they're not as great. So, if you don't rotate, I'll say a year. If you do rotate, 2 years, 2 to 3 years. That's all I'll say. If you're like a wetsuit stickler and you want the wetsuit to actually work, then that's the case there. Mark says he's on season 3 with the project playing 3.2, and it's still pretty good. Can feel a little seepage in the joints that didn't used to be there. but it's still getting by. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I'm funny where like to me, like the wetsuit, it's almost become the most important part of the kit. Like wetsuits to me, I buy more wetsuits than surfboards. I spend the most money on wetsuits. You're wearing it all the time, like especially if you surf a lot. I don't see a reason not to invest in a good wetsuit. So once they start leaking for me, and it's past warranty, I bite the bullet and I get another one. I even had a recent friend tell me that I should stop buying Hyperfreaks because I have a problem, which is pretty funny. Because like I can't stop, I won't stop. So if you baby them, Mark, 2 to 3 years if you baby them, but you got to baby them like I said. Freshwater rinse. Don't third tip. Don't let them like soak or dry out in the hot sun all day every day. I've gotten a little more risky with this, but like if you let it in the sun, at least bring it in after a couple hours. Don't just everyday sun. It's just in the sun baking. Even on like the chart and stuff, it says to hang these in the shade. So you would think a wetsuit that sits in the sun all day, it'd be okay, but it's gonna last longer if it's not getting like pelted all day with hot sun. So we have a new person here, Tiger Milk. That's a great name. Is that like Tiger Balm, but a drinkable version? So Tiger Milk says, hey there, had my rip curl all my life. Maybe I should try O'Neill. Oh boy, we are getting a convert. Well, Tiger Milk, hello. Let me see if I can do this. Well, Tiger Milk, I'm going to tell you, yes. Check out, here, I'll drop it in the chat. Check out my review. Uh-oh, my Mac will go to sleep soon. No, you won't. Let me see. One sec, guys. Technical difficulties. There we go. Haha, now you won't go to sleep. Now I'll put you to sleep. Let's see. I'll send you another review in the chat, Tiger Milk, explaining how it's still the king. And then there's some affiliate links in there. There's actually Amazon one too. So if you want to support Jeff Bezos' new marriage, you can check that out. But there's also the Clean Line Surf, Clean Line Surf's the GOAT. But always support your local surf shops as well. But yeah, I would say all day, every day. I mean, shout out Rip Curl, but yeah, once you go Hyperfreak, like the Rip Curls, they feel like, I don't want to be rude here, but yeah, they feel like you're wearing a tight not even spandex, a tight, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything. Just I like the O'Neill's more. And Tiger Milk, go Hyperfreak TB3. You want to go TB3. Don't go Hyperfreak Fire. Any of the Hyperfreaks, Technobutter 3 or 3X, you'll be frothed, mate. So Mark says his mate's on season 5 of the Quicksilver suit, but it does have holes, more holes than a wetsuit. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, when you have heaps of holes like that, you can't be doing that. That's nonsense. Let me plug in this computer, guys, really quick. Actually, wait, it's charging now. But yeah, once I get holes in, it's like leaking. I mean, I just surf so much that it makes, like, unless I'm super broke, I'm just gonna get the suit because it's the most important piece in the second most important thing to me is like wax. I need like the right wax because all my waxes, they're turning around right now because it's got such an embarrassment how much wax is on the toothfish already. If you don't have a good wax job, you're just slipping and sliding. When I get on other people's boards, usually right away it's like it's a slip slide. It's like a slip slide machine. My boards, I need to have like the right temp, like the right kind. I found the new best wax ever is actually the green SEX wax, which is like 70. It's 60. I think it's 58 to 74. But it's just soft enough. It's almost like a budget foo wax, and it's really great. So check out the green SEX wax. Second place is Sticky Bumps Tour Series, and then like the actual best is the Sticky Bumps Sticky, but I want to do a slight top coat. For budget reasons, I've had to bail on foo wax. Even though foo wax is amazing, it's too expensive, and I I can't be spending $6 on a bar of wax. I did for a while, but then because it is that good. But once you find the substitutes like I've gladly shipped it over. And now like green sticky bumps or green SEX wax is like the best. A little bit of sticky, super sticky on top, sticky bumps. Not slipping, not sliding. It's amazing. Maisie says, Rip Curl's wetsuits suck. Oh no, Maisie, you better calm down. They might keep me listening. I am a little mad for the whole Bethany Hamilton Rip Curl situation. That was not really cool. You guys look into that a little bit, but like Bethany Hamilton is a star, and go watch Soul Surfer, and you'll be like, okay, Bethany Hamilton is like the goat of all goats. I mean, Bethany Hamilton, Lisa Anderson, like Carissa Moore, and now Aaron Brooks. Like, there's some certain females that are like unbelievable in the sport of surfing, and like Bethany Hamilton, in terms of like the sport of surfing, is about as heroic and amazing as you can get. In Soul Surfer, which is like a Hollywood movie with real actors, like knocked it out of the park, where your boy was in tears. They made me fanboy hard on Beth, and now I'm like, I was already a fan after that movie. I was like, oh, well, Bethany Hamilton is like the goat of all goats. Enter Aaron Brooks. She's the new goat. Maisie says his O'Neill lasted 8 years. Maisie's been in Oz longer than any of Mark's kids, so he's definitely an Aussie now. True that. Maisie's in a 4.3 Wetty. It's super solid, but you can see the brand on it from the same spot surf outlet. Oh, true. And yeah, Quicksilvers are good, Migs. My Quicksilvers are probably, like, besides XL, my second best. Maybe better than XL, because earlier when the neck leakage, that was XL that would happen. And I was like, I love XL, but I had to give up. All right, guys, let me plug in this laptop. You guys got me yapping for another bit here. BRB. I can actually talk when I walk. All right, guys, I got to go soon, though, because I have to return some videotapes. Let's see. Oh, you're not going to stretch? Yeah, tons of technical difficulties. Oh, I'm not streaming it from my normal location. Oh, come on. Let's see here. Do it. Just do it. We could be in business. Let's see. We in business? We're in business. Oh, boys, we're in business. Boys and girls, we're in business. Am I in focus? I am in focus. Wow. Praise him. Praise him. Okay. Mark's saying he agrees. Bethany Hamilton charging 10 to 12 foot legit pipe is pretty inspirational. Bethany is around here every year. She's a true sound surfer. Bless her. Oh, yeah. When you see, like, you could even stop watching my stream and go watch Soul Surfer. Like, imagine trying to surf with one arm. Like, her dad invented a device for her to stand up with one arm. She, like, tried to surf contests, like, pretty much 6 months after that event, let alone, like, getting bit by a shark and going in the ocean ever again is insane. Like, Mick Fanning, when he had that incident, he was pretty spooked for a while. Bethany Hamilton got straight up, like, almost murdered by a shark. And right away, she was like, I want to go back in the ocean. And it's pretty cool because, like, her and, I think it was Alana Blanchard, like, they were on Rip Curl together. She was on Rip Curl for a long time. That's what sucked about the whole fallout. And, like, before Bethany got her arm bit off, she, like, was going to be, like, in photo shoots. And it was funny because you see in the movie, they show a good job of, like, showing Alana, like, getting the photo shoot, like, becoming, like a quasi-celebrity. And Bethany kind of, like, going into the shadows because, like, Alana's so beautiful and she's in the photo shoot. And then, like, she's like, Bethany, come in here. And Bethany's, like, kind of embarrassed about the arm. And then they show how, like, they want to try a prosthetic arm and it doesn't work. And it's like, it's crazy. Like, it makes you really appreciate, like, what we have and the fact that we can go surfing and, like, have two arms to surf. It makes you, like, want to not complain about all, like, the stuff that we normally complain about. So Migsy's saying that he he says he loves Mark. He loves Mark. You guys should get a room. He says, thanks, legend. I'll buy you a meat pie and a solo anytime. And then he left I guess that's a meat pie, a drink emoji, an Australia flag emoji, a humbled face emoji, hands up like emoji, and then 100. Damn, dude, you got a lot of sick emojis, Mark. I'm jealous. Where are my emojis, Migs? Feel a little left out here. But yeah, if you're still with this Tiger Milk, I want to know what thickness, what's the water temp you at right now? Because like, you can actually wear the Hyperfreaks like slightly cooler than, or like if it's 65, like you can wear the 3.2 Hyperfreak and it feels amazing. Like it's almost not as warm. I would say it's not as warm as the Rip Curls by like a few degrees, but like what you make up in performance is night and day, hands down worth it any day of the week. And I don't want to talk crap about Rip Curl too much because I know like Mason Ho and they have a great team. And like all these companies, like you got to just find what brand works for you. I found Hyperfreak. Most people found Hyperfreak, O'Neill, and they're like, all right, well, I found my thing. I found my brand. This is it. I'm here. You got to just find whatever's going to work for you. And then once it works, like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't think that another wetsuit is going to perform and fit like yours. All these suits have slightly different cuts. They're all made in the same factory, but they do fit differently. You would think most of these suits would be the same, but funny how they all are actually pretty different. I don't know how they're so different when they're all made in the same factory, but they are. So that's pretty crazy. Oh, cool. So Tiger Milk says he surfs in the North Sea pretty cold. Well, then I'm going to share one more thing with you, Tiger Milk. You should maybe look into the hooded one. Like, what's the water temp? Because I actually might have the best suit ever for you. If you need the... this is actually one of my better reviews in terms of, like, feedback. Do I have surf footage in here? Oh, yeah, and all this other stuff. Oh, yeah, I do. There's lots of views. 7,000 views. Toot my own horn here. You should check out this one, Tiger Milk. The hooded 5.4. So the hood 5.4. It's like it's the sickest suit because it's so thick that you're like that compared to any other 5.4 suit is like night and day. It's night and day. It feels like a 4.3 in the other suits. Where sometimes like the millimeters are comparable with the brands, like the 5.4 hooded Hyperfreak is unbelievably the best thing in the entire world. Like it's like so awesome. So like if you need a suit that's from like 56, this is in Fahrenheit, whatever your silly Celsius stuff is that y'all use, like 56, 57 Fahrenheit and down, like the Hyperfreak 5.4 with the hood, it's like the best thing ever. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's the best suit. No other suit does it like the Hyperfreak 5.4 hooded. It's the best. Everyone tells me no other suit. That's like not a very good impersonation. So, Maisie's saying, Professor Varga, OG Live Surf Review streaming numero uno. I know, you guys made me go. I was supposed to be a short one, and now we're an hour and a half. And the voice is going by God do it for the fans. God do the fans. Tiger Milk says, I'm going to check it out. Thanks. Well, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you. You're putting my kids through college. That's a Simpsons joke. Most of my jokes are Simpsons jokes. So, yeah, Bethany Hamilton's goofy as well, just charging. So she's a goat. I mean, I'm regular, though, so regular footers are actually better. But, you know, I appreciate y'all goofy footers. So Mark says, go the goofy footers. You ask finalists are going to be awesome. You mean the finals? You want Jack to win because Aussie, but also want Yago to win because stylish goofy footer. Maisie's commenting on the cold water Tiger Milk is surfing. Yeah, no, for sure. Like I went to the Trestles event, And I thought Yago was good, but after watching the Trestles event, I was like, oh, well, Yago, like, he probably should actually win. Like, to me, he's been surfing the best. It's funny, though. Like, I actually think Italo is kind of, like, the best. He's almost, like, so amazing that I'm like, the judges, like, do him dirty. And it's kind of funny. Like, that last contest, he, like, did a move, went switch, did a switch. He did, like, a shove it, did a switch snap. The judges gave him, like, a 6 something. I was like, what is this crap? And then he lost. I was like, are you guys kidding me? Like, the guy just, like, landed a switch shove it, did, like, a switch hit. Like, I want to see any of these other pros do anything switch. So, like, you know, I get, like, the Brazos or whatever, but, like, he's, like, shredding the hardest ever. It's like, so it's funny how, I mean, I don't think there's any, like, weird stuff behind the scenes going on, but it's just funny. He's like, he's almost kind of like the opposite of a Kelly Slater or an Andy Irons or a Mick Fanning or a Joel Pargo or a Griffin or Italo. He's like more of like a chaotic, crazy surfer. But I mean, there's a reason he won the gold medal. And, you know, there's no doubt that it's pretty cool that he did win. And I think it's actually rightfully so that he did do that and he did win one because, like, I mean, Kelly Slater should have a gold medal, but I don't have any problems with him having one. Yeah, so Migsy says Yago is a freak and he has a rocket ship and one of these emojis. And then Mark says Italo seems so hyperactive, and yeah, I agree. Italo to me is like one of those people, like, I don't want to be in the same room with them or interact with them, but like on a screen or from afar, like I'm a big fan. I'm like, go, go, go. Kind of like many celebrities or whatever. Like, you can be fans of them, but, like, you know, all your heroes will fail you. Like, you don't want to praise these people so much because they're just humans like you. They have flaws. You'll still get sick of them. Like, you spend too much time with them, you'll still get sick of Kelly. Maybe not Kelly Slater, but most of the other ones. But I think this year, like, Italo, you know, he should win. Like, at the Trestles event, he was phenomenal. He surfed the best I've ever seen him surf in that event. And, like, it was amazing surfing, like landing every air. And he almost kind of surfs like Italo, but just smoother. But again, I like how Italo, like, goes for broke and like, tries a lot of stuff. You know, I always appreciate, like, the Griffin style of Tom Carroll surfing. But I always appreciate when people are just going buck wild. And it's like, everyone knows that, like, doing that stuff Italo is doing is harder than, like, the free power surfing, which does look sick and is smooth. But the stuff Italo is doing is actually takes more skill. And those guys cannot do that. So it's just kind of interesting. Again, then I gotta go one more little rant here. Then Aaron Brooks got, like, the most robbed I've ever seen in my entire life on. I might just have to find that really quick. Aaron Brooks got, like, the steeziest left, and the judges gave her, like, a 7 something, and I was just like, all right, dude, what is going on here? That really, really made me angry. What was that wave? Aaron Brooks. She comes out and does, like, a little, like, it's the sickest claim ever. I'm on Instagram right now. Okay, let's see if Aaron Brooks here. Just want to see if I can find this wave where the judges, I think, gave her like a 7-3 or something. I think no, it was at Chopu, yeah. Like, at all her heats at Chopu, Aaron Brooks was like, she looks like Kelly Slater. Like, she literally surfs like Kelly Slater, except she's like 30 years younger. And it was her rookie year. So thank God she at least got Rookie of the Year. But, I mean, she's going to be the world champion soon unless, like, something, like, happens or whatever. Like, but to me, it's like she's like Carissa Moore, where I mean, I like all the surfers, but she's undoubtedly the best. Let's see, is this the wave? Oh, no. I just want to find the one wave where, maybe this is the wave. She does, like, this left-hand barrel. Ooh. Is this it? 8.83. Oh, wait, this might be it. Oh, yeah. Oh, wowzers. Oh, I found the wave. I'll watch it really quick. I should have gave her an 8.83, but they should have gave her a 10. I mean, this was a 10. They gave other people 10s. Like, I don't know why they didn't give her a 10 on this wave. I guess I gave her a 10 for some reason. So, yeah, this wave. So, this isn't getting her just winning the whole... Let's see what else we can find here. Oh, super slow-mo. So, let's see here. And I somewhat know Erin a little bit, so every now and then we'll kind of like... I have to like see her at Trestles. I met her a couple times. I don't know if she knows who I am. Erin, if you're watching this, I think you're amazing, and I'm a big fanboy. But she's always super friendly, like always responds, always like says, you know, hello in the Instagrams or when I've seen her. Started the Trestles event, and she helped out like one of our Surf Park Summit events back in the day. And from the first day, like I met her, that's when she was still doing Waco and was like on the come up, and everyone was realizing this is the new GOAT. Right away, I was like, oh, this girl's a star. Like, super well-mannered, extremely kind, very genuine. And, like, I mean, besides, like, Zeke, who's even doing this kind of stuff? I'm probably in some of these comments, too. I think I told her she got robbed in one of these. He was in this one. Let's see if I pop up. Oh, my computer might die. Oh, we're good. Let's see. Look. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. I think they gave her a 10 at Snapper Rocks. Oh, yeah. She just used a goofy footer and just dominates there in Snapper Rocks. She went to Padang Padang as a wild card. I think she won that. Look at this. That better have been a 10. Yeah, so she's like by far the best. I don't know. I mean, not a lot of people are sleeping on her, but at least she got Rookie of the Year. So at least, you know, it's kind of like the Buffalo Bills QB, Josh Allen, got MVP. So that was pretty sick. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, which is hilarious. Try being a Buffalo Bills fan in life. Similar boat where it's like, oh, the obvious person at least got that. So I think she's a little easier to decide, in my opinion, like who the best is. The guys, it is like a little trickier. Tiger Milk asks what my favorite small wave board is. Let me answer these other questions real quick, Tiger Milk, and then I'll answer you. And then I got to go on my walk soon, guys. It's really late, and I got to go be a creepy guy walking around late at night. Miggsy says, even kooks watching can identify the judging flows. Miggsy saying to Tiger Milk, sweet potato or potato model, I would say. Mark's agreeing that the sweet potato is the best groveler. Wow, you guys are answering for me. Thank you. Yeah, Tiger Milk, I would agree. A caveat is if it's like more of a daily driver, then I actually would say Machado Cotto. Just due to like if you want it, like it. So you said it does say small wave boards. Tiger Milk says favorite small wave board for like if it's like a long board wave, then yeah, sweet potato. If it's stomach, if it's a so it's a sweet potato. Just make it easy. I would say sweet potato. Sweet potato too. You have multiple fin options. It's a super popular board. There's heaps on the market. That's what I would go with. Depending on your size, I would size it generously and just dominate the lineup. Machado Cotto gets number 2, Tiger Milk. If you want more of a daily driver, that can perform from like thigh to overhead. Sweet potato, I would say from flat to head. Machado Cotto, thigh to overhead. But the sweet potato can shred. If you put like a good set of fins in it, it can still shred really hard. So, and it's a really fun board. Yeah, Maisie was saying the wave was a 9.5. I agree. I think the Snapper Rocks wave was a 10. I think she got a 10 at Padang Padang too. Let's see. Oh, wow. She was in the men's division. Oh, wait. Hold on one sec. I didn't even realize this. She surfed the 2022 Rip Curl Padang Padang. She was the youngest person to surf it. First woman to surf in the men's division in Padang Padang. And she got 4th overall and was the first female finalist in the men's division. She legit was in the finals of the men's. This is insanity. Look at this. This is Aaron Brooks. Not playing no games. And I think she was 15 in these clips. She's just... And Padang Padang is like sketch. Let's watch this again. Look, she's literally going up there, getting an award. Not playing no games, just showing up and just crushing it. Wow. I mean, it's like... Look at this wave. This is like an overhead bomb. That is some sharp reef. I've surfed Uluwatu. I actually got really hurt at Uluwatu. Got a staph infection and still have semi-scars from it. I probably would never want to surf Uluwatu again. I'm actually somewhat traumatized. Even Padang Padang, which is right next door to it. It's no joke. You fall, you can easily kill yourself. Strapped up there. She didn't even have a helmet on there. So Tiger Milk says he wants speed. Well, either of those boards, Tiger Milk, you'll have speed. Sweet Potato's super fast. Chadokato's fast. Maisie says we need Jillian Wilson back on tour to sort out the judges. You know, the judges, yeah, well, Jillian Wilson was on a few things. He's like Kelly Slater now. He's got the baldness going on, but he's looking sick. Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's amazing. And I guess he's like a little older now, but Kelly Slater proves age doesn't really matter anymore, or at least it's not an excuse. But Kelly is like kind of like an alien or something. I don't think he's a real person. Yeah, guys, we've been going for an hour and 45. This is supposed to be a quick one. Maisie, Mark, you guys came in and forced me to go into overtime, but it's okay because we had Tiger Milk stopping by. He's going to get himself a suit. He's going to be good to go. Why is this not charging anymore? Oh, that's why. Okay. We had a new location. We got many things going on. We got the MacBook here. This is like a whole thing. The stream almost collapsed multiple times. We have a great mic setup. We have the new go-to mic setup that I'm really stoked on too. Yeah, so I think that about wraps it up for you guys for this live stream about the best wetsuit ever created by the good Lord himself and Jack O'Neill and the fine people at O'Neill, the Hyperfreak, and in particular the Hyperfreak short arm, long leg. So if you need a good summer suit to wrap out the summer, definitely pick this up. I'll have the link down below. I'll have all the links for all the thicknesses. I'll go ham on that so you can really find like the perfect one. If it's winter right now. All right, guys, we're actually going to end the stream. This is hilarious. I'm outside and time to end. See everyone later.